on a dime every time. My next guest has appeared in numerous films, including Mighty Aphrodite and True Romance. Currently, you can see him on the Fox series Boston Public. Please welcome Michael Rapaport. Very nice to have you here on the show. It's been a while. You haven't been here, I don't think, for 3 years, and I think your whole life has changed in that time.
My whole life has changed, Conan.
Yeah, that's nice. You used to call me Conan.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that you were going to be on the air that long, so I never really paid attention. But
exactly.
Now the 10-year anniversary.
Nicely done, Michael.
No. So you look good, by the way. You look lean, and you look mean.
I am ready to fight you anytime now. I got myself in shape, and I think that's a fight people would pay big money to see.
Let's do it, man.
I don't really want to.
Okay.
3 years, though, and you're domesticated now,
I'm domesticated, right? I'm sophisticated, and I'm a lot of things with cated in. I got two kids, 2 boys.
That's the laziest rhyming I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And other cated.
I got 2 kids.
2 kids, good
2
for
boys, Maceo and Julian. And you're having a baby, right?
Yeah, I'm a couple of weeks away.
Congratulations. Well,
yeah.
you know, It's
very exciting. It's big. It's big, right?
It's big.
Wait, it's big, right?
It's big. Get your sleep now. Get your sleep now. And
something else that rhymes with cated.
Yeah. No, man, because it's tough. You know, you're never going to be able to watch yourself on late night TV again. So forget that.
Right.
You know
I don't watch now.
Yeah, well, that's probably for the better.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, no. I'm saying, you know, it's self-conscious and all that stuff. But it's hard.
Nicely done.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Conan.
Yeah, that's all right.
But you know, like your sex life. There's gonna be an adjustment period.
What are you talking about? What happens?
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, it won't go away completely. It's just you're gonna need to do things very fast. And I mean things very fast, which for me it plays into my strengths.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know what your deal is.
No, I was like, check.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I am there.
Yeah. There's no stoplight, you know, like for me it's like, you know, boom, boom. So it's, you know, I mean literally boom, boom.
Okay, we didn't need to hear that.
You know, because when you were a kid, you know, they always said when you get older you'll be able to, that hasn't happened for me. Maybe it's my, you know, boisterousness that's still inside me, but...
You seem like a very young guy still. You don't seem like, and I mean this in a nice way.
Yeah.
You don't seem like a guy who has 2 kids. You seem like still like a big kid at heart.
Yeah, well... That's probably why me and my kids get along so good. My kids are great. They're very handsome. They look like my wife, but they behave like me. So I don't know what I'm in for because I was a little bit of a, you know, tough.
You were a bad kid?
That's what some might call it.
Right.
I say I was. I mean, I don't know about bad. I had my problems. I had issues.
How were you in school? Like, you know, now you play a teacher. Is it funny to you that you play a teacher? Were you?
Yeah, that's the real big joke. Because when I was in school, I mean, I got kicked out of 9 schools, starting with.
Well, 9 schools in one town. Where were you?
Well, yeah. Well, I went to LA for a year. Then they sent me back. Like I was like,
where are there 9 schools to get kicked out of?
Well, I'm writing a book on that.
Yeah.
You know, like with different schools throughout the New York City area, and you know, like in the 3rd grade, that was like I got kicked out of PS 158 for calling my teacher a jive turkey, and.
Wow, that really dates that comment.
Yeah, well...
Remember when you could call someone a jive turkey?
And it would get you kicked out of a school. And the icing on the cake was when I threw a left hook at my principal, Mr. Flanagan, which was good for my father because he figured out that I was actually a lefty because I used to write with my right hand, so that really helped him out with that.
You threw a punch at the teacher?
It was a flying, like, drop kick combination left hook, and I caught him, and that was the end of that in PS 158. And then they tried to kick me out of kindergarten because the teachers thought that I was troubled, but I was also like psychic. They thought I was like kind of like the kid from The Shining. Because
why did they think you were psychic?
They kept telling my mother that I would guess the color of their underwear, but the joke was on them because during nap time I would just, you know, take a peek up the skirts. You know what I mean?
So you were so you would see.
I was curious.
Yeah, you were curious. You were exploring the world around you, which is a sign of high intelligence.
But they always thought it was weird that I knew what color underwear or not underwear that they were wearing. What do you want from me?
Like I say, you don't seem like a dad to me. Now,
I'll see you at the park, Conan. You're in for such a treat.
It's going to be, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's tough. It's tough. It's good.
What's all this? It's tough. I don't like when people tell me it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I want to hear it's going to be the ride of my life, no problems. That's what I want to hear.
It's going to be the ride of your life, no problems.
Thanks,
you're going to be sleeping. You're
Grace,
not, you know.
Grace.
That's good that you lost that weight now, because it's going to be coming back on in twofold when you have the kids.
I've heard that happens because the kid eats like macaroni and cheese, and that you just end up eating what the kid's eating.
You eat what the kid eats.
And the kid throws it into your mouth half the time, so there's no choice.
I'm actually writing a book with my older son. It's called I Love Poopy. And we're doing
Nice.
and then we're doing we have a book deal and everything, and the part 2 is I Love Poopy and Pee-Pee too.
Wow.
So he's a really smart kid.
Is there going to be a book on tape on this? I want to hear it. It's going to be nice.
Maybe, yeah, and there's going to be a picture book with it too.
I understand that you're a normal guy, you still take the subway. Is that true?
Yes, I still take the subway. I feel more comfortable. It's a quicker way to get around. That's one of the things I miss about not living in New York full time, because they do the show in Los Angeles. But the thing about riding the subways, I don't mind people, recognizing me, but there's always sort of like they feel bad for me, like, why are you on the train? I'm like, I'm just, going downtown, and they're like, well, don't they pay you on like, how are things? And I'm like, I'm good, and they're like, but why are you on the train? And I'm like, just riding. They're like, huh? And they're like this.
And then the word gets around that you've blown your money gambling or something
happens,
like that.
like that. But it's fine with me. I don't know what the big deal is about riding the train.
Do you like living in Los Angeles? Are you enjoying it there?
I like it. It's tough. It's a big difference in Los Angeles and then in New York. Because, like, in New York, you run into people on the street. Like, I'll be seeing you at the kids' park.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, like, in Los Angeles, like, you run into people at stoplights. You know what I mean? Like, hey, how you doing? Good, I'll call you. And then you drive off. Whereas in New York, you see people and you actually make physical contact.
There's no one walking around the streets in Los Angeles.
There's no walking. When you first get there, you're like, I'm going to be like a New Yorker and I'm going to go for walks. But the walks, like, to go, like, to the drugstore, it's like 3 blocks out there. It's like, it's like walking to Long Island. It's far.
Right. And what about your neighbors? Do you have nice neighbors in L.A.?
I have very good neighbors. They're a little eccentric. My kids play with their kids, but my neighbors have chickens, which is a very Los Angeles thing. These chickens, and they wake me up.
It's not a Los Angeles. What do you mean it's a Los Angeles thing to have chickens?
These chickens go gobble gobble at 6 in the morning every morning.
That's a turkey that goes gobble gobble.
No. I told you it's Los Angeles. People.
It's so L.A. Those gobble gobbling turkeys. With their spacesuits and their muskets.
But there's something.
I don't know what you're talking about here.
These chickens, they do weird sounds. They're like parrots or something. They talk and they're like my dog. Like every now and then, my dog happens to go out and go after them. But they could fly, chickens. I didn't know this. I'm from New York. I'm not like a farmer. Where are you from?
I don't know. I guess I gotta get to L.A. and see what's happened out there. I was out there like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't know that it had changed so much.
Yeah, well, they're doing those things out there.
So your dog goes after and attacks the chickens?
Sometimes my dog just happens to go after the chickens when they just happen to maybe wake me up very early in the morning. I don't know, but they're always flying away. And
you didn't know that chickens could fly? You thought the wing was there for just
I didn't know what it was for.
Fashion sense.
I eat the chickens. I don't have pets that are chickens.
Is this a thing? I gotta look into this.
Is that weird?
I think it's just weird that in L.A. you're like, it's so L.A. now, everyone's got a gobbling chicken.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was happening out there.
It's crazy, Conan.
Are you still friends with all your every time you used to come on the show, you'd always have your crazy friends sitting over there in the double doors.
Yeah.
And they were kind of odd, weird guys.
They're a little shady. I got one friend who came out to visit me in Los Angeles. His name is Jerry, and he's actually getting out of jail soon. He's been in jail for a little while. He's getting out of jail soon. He had a hostage situation.
Wow, that's pretty serious.
Yeah, but except for there was nobody in the house. Like the hostage, like he was having like a bipolar episode. The hostage that he was taking was himself. And then he had a
That really doesn't go over with the police when you're like, everyone back up and there's no one there.
Yeah, so you can imagine.
Back off, or this guy gets it.
And then he had a Jesus complex, which happens with a lot of people when they have mental illness.
And they thought he was Jesus?
He thought he was Jesus, and I've been speaking to him, and he said, I don't think I'm Jesus anymore. I just think I'm his brother, Jerry. So he feels like there's a lot of
Jesus' brother, Jerry, who never really worked out that well. Yeah. Wow. The new season of Boston Public, of course, premieres Friday night at 9 on Fox.
Yes.
Come visit us again soon. It's always great having you here. Michael Rapaport. We'll be right back with the Folksmen. Stick around. Back. My next guests have been immortalized in the film A Mighty Wind, now out on DVD, and they'll be appearing this Saturday night at Town Hall right here in Manhattan as a part of the New Yorker Festival. Please welcome the Folksmen.